Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 8 of MCSR Ranked Playoffs. This is the second weekend. We got finals tomorrow, but before we get to that, we are starting out with a day full of quarterfinal matches. I'm Krayway. I'm joined here with Parker. Parker, we got some great matches today. How are you doing? Are you excited for the matches today?
I'm fired up, man. You know, I slept in more than I thought, but I'm here. The matches are starting. We got a great one starting off with Vstrid and Hax. It's playoff day. It's just playoff day. You know, this is my version of the Super Bowl.
That's absolutely correct. Who cares about the NFL season starting when we have Vstrid and Hax starting off our day today? Let's take a look over at the bracket. Let's take a look at all the matches happening today. As Parker said, we're starting off with Vstrid and Hax, and then after that, we have two matchups of like titans in MCSR ranked right now. After Vstrid Hax, we'll have Dugile, Big Mungie, and then after that, we have Invume versus Loki, and we'll be finishing the day with Darby, a newcomer to ranked playoffs, and Aquacord, who beat Silver last weekend Silver's won a ranked playoffs before, so very impressive from Aquacord. Parker, which of these four matchups are you most excited about for today?
Oh, it's so hard to say. I mean, we had a couple like upsets last time. Like I thought ECDR would be here, but he's not. I'm really excited to see Vstrid play Hax. I know Vistrid doesn't have the best record against him, but clearly he's playing well. Darby, I'm excited just because he's new. And then, of course, we have Infume, who last season got out first round and is here, but now second round's playing Loki. And then, obviously, we have Dugale versus Monkey. Like, okay, I just said all of them. But, like, it's just going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day.
I mean, that's how you know. You got to be here for all of it. Personally, I'm so happy that you and I get to commentate the Dugale Mungie matchup. Like, they last played, I believe it was season 6 and went to game 5. Like, Mungie talked about last weekend how he's so excited to play Dugale again. And I think that's going to be a great matchup. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here because Vstrid Hax is a great matchup. We have Vstrid, who is in, I guess, I don't know who played matches this season between Vstrid and Beef Salad, but like those two players are always towards the top of like ranked grinders. And then of course we have the complete opposite of that this season with Hax, who basically didn't touch ranked until like the last weekend. So I'm really excited to see the difference in, you know, how that affects the matchup. But I'm just really excited to see two amazing players go head to head today.
Yeah, exactly. And we get the stats here. I was curious. So the score is they've only played 4 matches, and Hax has won all of them. That's kind of reminiscent of, I think, all of their playoff matches. I don't know. I think they've played twice. Maybe this is the third time. And I think Hax has won every single one, if I'm remembering correctly. Do you have intel on that?
Oh, and in actual like playing against each other in playoffs?
In actual playing against each other. I think in season 3 and 4.
I'm taking a look. Let's see. Hax won season 3 2-0, and then in season 4, Hax did not play Loki in season 4. But I mean, season 3 also is like that might as well be like 1995. Like that is a long time ago. I think that might be the only matchup they had because the other times Vstrid's got knocked out, it seems like it was by Autobat. But I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about here. Vstrid has played over 2,000 games this season, and Hax has played 80. No, 70.
Yeah.
70. I can do math. 70 games. But in those 70 games, Hax won 75% of them. That's pretty good. I mean, that's really good. And even in only 70 games, Hax almost has as fast of a best rank time as Vstrid. So that is incredibly impressive. And of course, as you said, has won every matchup between them so far.
Yeah, and that's something important to note too, because I think a lot of the time, you know, best rank time, obviously you need to get a good seed, so playing a lot of matches will help that. But it's only a 25-second difference, you know, so it's not anything crazy. I think like top speed isn't going to be a problem for Hax, but it'll be interesting to see how Vstrid matches that. You know, like Hax in the past has been one of these giants, these titans. In the last like what is it, like 4 playoffs he's podium? That's like a scary opponent.
I think 5. I think it's been 5.
Wow.
Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Yeah, that's just unbelievable. So Hax is trying to keep the podium streak alive. Vstrid, we can see in the player spotlight, placed 4th in season 4 plays. Very respectable placement. I mean, this if Vstrid can get past Hax, Darby Aquacord, I think is definitely winnable for Vstrid as well. I mean, Vstrid, again, I think the thing
Mhm.
that I'm really looking for with Vstrid is how will the experience of playing so many rank seeds lead to potential metagaming in this matchup? I know there's other things that we'll touch on as we get into the seeds, like that Vstrid can do that's a little bit more interesting. Like I know Vstrid likes to grab a lot of food. I know Vstrid takes a little bit more time in the overworlds, but Vstrid's incredibly fast in the end game. So if it's close, maybe the extra food that Vstrid likes to grab can potentially lead to an advantage over Hax. But again, I would say in this matchup, Hax is definitely the favorite. And we can see why. I think, Parker, Hax is
Wow.
the first person in this C type screen that has two average times under 9 minutes.
I
An
think you're right.
850 average time in Buried Treasure is absolutely absurd. That is the
It's
thing that
just
stands out to me.
ridiculous. That's disgusting. 2 sub 9s? Like, I mean, Shipwreck isn't looking super great for Hacks. That's actually slower than Vstrid's, but I mean, I'm looking at some of these numbers, Curry. We got 80,
Yeah. I
83,
mean, it's so
86.
hard though because Hax just played like he's played 70 games, right? So it's
Yep.
20% per seed type. I can't do math, but that's got to be like 16, 17 seeds per like on average. So sure, we're like 55% on Desert Temple, but that's like a 15 game sample size. Like it's like a 15 game sample size. It's just not not something you can really go off of a lot, but I mean 850 average time even with the small sample size is still incredible. Okay, guys, I was off by 3 numbers. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I was off by 3 digits.
Hey,
Like
I
sue me.
respect it. Within 3 numbers, that's like close enough, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, the thing was Vstrid sub 10 Ruin Portal, like it doesn't seem like I mean Hax has more speed on Ruin Portal, but again, the average time, like it's so difficult because Vstrid is again like the embodiment of I don't know if I would say consistency, but the embodiment of like the average really is probably very representative of Easter because of the incredible sample size. Hacks, it's
Yep.
so hard to go off these numbers, but we have seen Hacks do so well in playoffs that I still think it's very clear that Hacks is definitely the favorite going into it. But that is some pressure with how little Hacks has played this season.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's a story of sheer volume from Vstrid versus just coming back to playing from Hacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can take a look here at the seed types. Vstrid banning Ruin Portal. I think that makes a lot of sense. Potentially scared of, again, like that top speed of Hacks. But I mean, looking at that screen, Parker, I might have banned Buried Treasure, but you mean you can only ban one. So you have to kind of pick and choose there. Hacks banning Shipwreck. And Vstrid is going to start us out on Village, which I really like. It's kind of consistent. We could see maybe, again, I know last weekend we saw a lot of differentiating in like how runners would get food. Like we saw a lot of people grab more
Mhm.
carrots for golden carrots in villages, which we both thought was really interesting. So excited to see how village with these two runners will play out.
No, yeah, that's a great point, and I like how you mentioned earlier that Vstrid maybe takes it a little slower in the early game, maybe getting a little bit more food, but kind of locks out those end games. I know we had a pretty incredible sheet made by Titanium Bat with some like insane stats,
Yeah.
and that seemed to be the story of Vstrid. You know, has kind of locked out end games, but maybe a little bit slower in the beginning.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how that actually plays out on a village where there is, I feel like, such a consistent type of, food where Vstrid likes to get a lot more food. I mean, you're just gonna grab like what 1 or 2 more hay balls, like grab the whole farm anyway.
Yeah.
Like golden carrots
Hmm.
is just there. Like so that time loss that Vstrid might have in other seed types might not be as apparent in village. So I think it's a really awesome first matchup. I think it's gonna be interesting too, like just to see how, I mean, hopefully no lava pool RNG, anything like that. Like this is just a very linear seed type potentially in this first matchup. And we're getting into it, Parker. First match of the
Yes, sir.
second weekend between Vstrid and Hax. Let's see what type of village too. I'm still waiting for the snowy. Not gonna happen.
One day,
Plains
Curry. One day.
one
Oh, Ruin
day.
Portal though
That is interesting. There is
makes
a
it a bit
chest
interesting.
and the
Oh, what
sword.
is it?
I
That's looting,
actually is
right?
that looting? I
Wondering?
think
It's
that's
looting
looting.
too. That's looting too, Curry.
So that's looting. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Okay,
look at
imagine
look at us.
10
We know our
audience.
languages. Good job, blacksmith here. Let's see what actually happens in the blacksmith. I mean, was that was completable as well? So we're gonna have an iron pick here. We're gonna be able to
Wow.
just go, and all of a sudden, Vstrid banned Ruined Portal Parker, but it might as well be a Ruined Portal seed.
Yeah, it's coming back to haunt. This is gonna be an exciting seed. I think this is the first looting seed we've had all playoffs.
I think you're correct, actually. I can't remember one. Oh, unlucky on the potato chest there for Hax. I
Mhm.
feel like even though Hax probably really wants to push pace, like, I don't know about just entering on this food. Like, I feel like 2 bread, 6 apples. Like, we got to try and find maybe
Interesting.
something. But, like, I don't know. Like, I'm actually really curious
I
to see
think
what
he's
Hax is
going
going to
to
do
enter
here.
on it.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe. I
there's
mean,
just, like, no food around. Maybe, like, you go for that sheep up there. Oh, Vstrid has a cow right here. This is gonna be
Vstrid does
huge
have a
with the
cow.
looting sword.
And Hax doesn't, so that could be again, we're talking about look at this
Look
housing
at
right
this
here.
seed!
It's
Dry
manhuntable.
manhunt housing? What? With
Wow.
looting?
I mean,
Curry,
that
this
is
is a fast
crazy
seed.
impressive. But we can see
Oh,
already a difference. Vstrid's actually going to go to the top, so going to start the route a lot slower. But I don't think it's going to pay off for him, Parker, because Hax already has a decent amount of obsidian, got 5 in that chest, is going to have so many more pigs trading earlier, and also prepared for lava housing. But I don't think we're going to see that in this matchup here. I don't see any on Vstrid's side. I'm really taking a look at how much Obby Vstrid's getting, and it's going to be 0 potentially. And we're going to break this chest now. I didn't
oh, maybe there
see a
was
lot of Obby.
some. I'm
I
not
didn't
entirely
see
sure.
any.
But that was a good
Yeah.
point. You know, like Hax also like he has the gold block from the ruin portal, so you're not like having to bank as heavily on it. I think it's probably the correct play to play Manhunt. You know, Vstrid again
I would
making the
agree.
consistency play here, but probably gonna lose like 20 seconds just in the
Yeah.
Bastion already.
So Vstrid did get like 4 obby, I think 4 or 5 obby from the
Four,
top
okay.
chest, which is nice. But I mean, again, Hax also got that from the bottom chest. So with the boosted rank trades, I'm curious if Hax is just going to be able to get enough here. It's definitely going to be close. Now, I haven't seen a fortress on either side for the runners. I don't know if Hax pie charted and we missed it while we were looking at Vstrid. Vstrid is pie charting now, but Hax already had 16 gold, or excuse me, 16 obsidian with a little bit more gold to trade. Again, it's going to be really close, but if Hax can leave here with 20 without going to the top, that would be impressive. It's at 19.
19.
Is he going to get it on the last trade?
And
He
he
does.
gets it
He
on the
actually
last
gets it.
trade.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Yes,
So
he did
Hax
already
is out.
pirate.
Yeah, Hax
And
is
do we see
leaving,
the
has the
fortress?
top terrain, and sees it. So Hax is going to have a low 3 fort enter here. Vstrid still checking chests, but quite honestly, not that far behind. Has going to have a little bit more pigs potentially from the top down. Has 20 obsidian already. Could potentially leave, but I mean, Parker, Hax is at the spawner at 320.
Yeah, this is not the position
And
you
it's
want to be
looting.
in.
I forgot it's looting. I forgot it's
And
looting.
it's looting,
We're the
you know?
spawner at
Vstrid
320 and it's looting.
oh. You know, Vstrid didn't
Oh
even
my
have a pearl
God.
hang off, nothing to like really push that pace. Just walking up these stairs now. I don't know what Vstrid is looking for. Maybe just a better angle. Yeah, just a slightly better angle. But like Hax, already on 2 rods. You know, sometimes you don't even blaze bed when you have looting just because you have enough stuff. He
Yeah, I
doesn't
was
have
gonna
as
say,
much food as Vstrid either, but I think he's managing it fine. Still has 5 apples. You can eat those when you're doing the portal animation, a lot of different places, and he's just like in such a commanding lead right now.
yeah, I mean, this is a sub 4 blind. I really like the point you bring up about not blaze betting because especially with looting, like runners really like to prefer to pre-craft all their explosives and everything. And having the time at the spawner to do all of that is just so much more rewarding, especially when you have looting too. I also like that Hax lowered the render to try and get some strays here. Vstrid, though, getting a lot of strays on their side as well. Like, I think it's going to be I don't know.
You know,
I mean,
first kill, I'm just gonna say, killed it with a stone axe. Forgot about the looting. That
did
could
Vstrid
matter.
actually? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Hey, that's
4
huge.
blazes right there. If they don't get all of the rods in 4, that could be bad. Look, only on
Yeah.
5 rods
Oh
here.
my God, look at Hax's
Oh,
screen.
oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
God. That is an absurd amount of strays for Hax. Hax is leaving, has a pearl hang out, a
Oh
gas
my gosh,
basically right next to him.
And look at the
I
time,
mean,
Curry. We're still sub 5 minutes.
we're
The Hax
still
is going to be
sub
building his
5.
second portal cord any second now.
Yeah, it has to be close. The stronghold was 1,200 blocks away. I would assume it's going to be really close to where we are right now. I mean, Vstrid does have all the rods. Again, not too far behind, but having to lose time now to pre-crafting. Hax does have to dig in the wall a little bit, slowing down a little bit, but this is still sub-world record pace. Obviously, for people who aren't aware, it's not actually world record because it's ranked, it's a set seed, it's in a modded client, but still, to just get an idea of the pace, this is going to be fat. This is sub-7 pace significantly, Parker.
For sure. You know, starting scanning at 520, really trying to look for a spike. Maybe he was happy with that right there. Checking the chest. This
Yeah,
looks
I
pretty
like that spike
good.
as well, but it's just a dead end. So how else do we go this direction? It could be top here. We have a perfect health for a hunger reset, bet in the offhand, still looking. Spike is actually it's moving for him. Can't find
Yeah,
it.
and it's just, like, so deep now. Maybe it was, like, down, like, a different direction from the start, and this is giving time for Vstrid to catch up. Vstrid digging down.
And there's the
Oh,
portal in for
there it
Hax.
is.
But Vstrid is building the portal now, so did lose a little bit of time. If Vstrid can nail the nav, like maybe if it's a tough 0, the it's still possible for Vstrid, but Hax is me entering the end now. With a clean 0, it could still sub 7. It's open terrain, Parker. It's gonna be tough for Vstrid to catch up, and it's front
Phenomenal
dragon.
tower.
This could sub 7 still if Hax is quick enough with a 3+2 or even a 2+2.
Yeah, might need a 2+2. I think it was, I'm not sure exactly the seconds on the zeros, but looks good. Has a bow plus a
It's a lot
crossbow
of
loaded.
damage.
That looks pretty good for a 2+2. Maybe needed to.
Oh,
Okay,
try to go for
interesting. Not
the
quite.
+3. Doesn't end up getting it. So is going to win the seed. Unfortunately, no sub 7 for us. But I mean, Parker, up until the Stronghold nav, that was an unbelievably paced seed.
Yeah. Shout out looting.
Shout
That's
out looting.
like looting on a village seed. That's good. Oh, and Hax, just like, okay, one of these days, Hax is gonna blow himself up, and he's gonna regret doing that every time. Just placing the bet of him. He's just baiting me, Curry.
I know. He does it every time. He knows that you're commentating. I mean, what a seed from Hax, able to pull ahead by a whole minute, finding the Stronghold. But on the side of Vstrid, like, you have to think, okay, this was probably like the worst possible type of seed to go up against Hax with, and you're still making up 30 seconds in the end game. Like, that is very impressive. I mean, even if you want to say like, oh, the finding Stronghold split is like RNG because like it depends on when the person's blinding, like still made up 8 seconds from entering the fort to entering the end against Hax. So that's kind of what we're talking about with this end game stuff with Vstrid. Very, very impressive. And just what a wild seed to start this weekend. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hope for much better seats than that, I'm gonna be honest. And I think it really all just came down to that Bastion. That's where the huge time loss was. Like you're saying, like worst case scenario, Vstrid still made up 8 seconds from fort enter to enter to end. So that's like, these are good signs for Vstrid. Vstrid is not out of this match by a long shot.
No, not at all. I mean, that was an incredibly impressive performance from both runners. And we just get to see there, like, the difference in thought process for going top versus going manhunt. Again, I really like the manhunt play. Like, I think V should maybe, like, the terrain is definitely, like, there to go top and everything. And, like, manhunt, you had to, like, place one block. It's a little bit awkward. But, like,
Mhm.
I think when the seed is that fast, potentially, I think it's just nice. And it was so open terrain wise. I mean, we saw at some point Hax did this where he went out the back from like the trading hole and you can like pearl up to the top
Yeah.
of the housing. Like that could have been something where if he needed more obsidian, he could have just easily done a play like that. So I think Hax just having a little bit more awareness of the exact situation of the Bastion really led to that big lead. And even though Vstrid was able to claw it out just a little bit at the end, wasn't enough. And Hax ends up taking our first game.
Yeah, couldn't have told the story better myself. We'll see what an actual Ruin Portal seed gives us, maybe potentially.
Yeah, potentially we get to seed 4. But the seed 2 seed type, Parker, Desert Temple, a fun one. I don't really know how comfortable either runner really is on this seed type. I know with Hax, it was one of the ones where it was a much lower win rate. There were like the 380s and the 250s. So I think for Vstrid, this could be something like always a lot of blocks, a good seed type for maybe some weird food stuff going on. So excited to see what happens in the Desert Temple.
Yeah, I think this is probably a good position for Vstrid to be playing. You know, the mental is not destroyed. I think Vstrid will be good to play. You can grab more food if you need to. Like you said, a lot of blocks. Just a very like, I don't know. I think a lot of people like Desert Temple.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know just from coaching people, like everyone likes having a lot of blocks in ranked. Like it's just nice to kind of have that. You get to save potentially a blaze bed because you get to TNT the spawner. So it's more likely you can do a 0, a little bit safe can do a 0. So all those things make Desert Temple a really fun seed type. And just having TNT, we'll see some TNT cannons in the overworld. I mean, it's just fun to play
True.
with TNT.
I did see a clip from Mongi the other day doing a nice TNT cannon.
It's great. It's so
That's a
much
cool
fun. Like
strat that's been coming out. I want to see a
it
TNT
is, and it's,
cannon.
like, so easy. It's one of those things where it's like, how did we not think of this, like, 4 years ago? Like, you just make 2 of them, and it's so cool. So, I'm
Right.
glad it's becoming a little bit more of a meta thing here, and maybe we'll see it as we're about to hop in to the second game. I mean, maybe we'll just get a ruined portal seed again. Like, who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
No,
Oh,
gonna
good
be a
canceling of
desert
fall damage
temple.
from Vstrid with spawn protection.
Yeah,
Running down
yeah,
this
great point.
massive cliff already made up a couple of seconds on Hax. Love that.
Yeah, I mean,
Love
this is
that.
a quite an odd desert temple seed as well. There's not a lot of desert exactly. Like, I'm not seeing a
Yeah.
lava pool or anything.
It's
So
kinda like a plains temple, I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, I'm kind of digging this. Vstrid does have a little bit of a lead, but hesitating a little bit on the TNT placement there. We're going to see Diamond Pickaxe,
Gravel at the
Parker. That's always a
bottom.
little bit exciting. Potentially allows runners to leave on 19 or even 18 obby if they really want to push it. Um, Potentially see something like that this seed, but no golden apples maybe either, unless they're hiding in Vstrid's inventory, but I didn't see any for these runners.
I'm also not seeing a lava pool, so maybe one runner goes a slightly different direction. Gravel's not gonna be an issue, water's not gonna be an issue. Maybe you grab some food. Hax looks like he's pushing the savannah, so maybe has some intel that we don't see on a lava pool.
Yeah, I think pushing Savannah here is good just because you get to like the side of the desert, you get to like the mesa area a little bit, and you saw more of the plains when you were running to the village or to the temple. So
Mhm.
I think going here just allows for a little bit more searching for the lava pool. But Vstrid actually going to head back in a completely different direction, maybe for animals, or did potentially see a lava pool. No, it's just
Not
path
quite.
blocks. Maybe he got confused and thought the path blocks were lava. I'm not sure, but is going to end up turning around here while Hax is actually going to climb the mountain to see if he sees anything.
Yeah, this is kinda awkward. Oh, Hax must have saw something. Surely he saw a
Yeah.
lava pool, but Vstrid is kinda in that area the Hax was looking, so maybe Vstrid is gonna get to that lava pool before Hax? Is it in the mesa?
Yeah.
It is in the mesa. Vstrid's gonna
Vstrid
be
is
entering
here.
first curry.
A little bit awkward of a lava
Oh!
pool, and Vstrid messes
Oh,
it up.
that's
I
so
think
bad.
has enough.
Oh,
I
don't build
think
the
there's
portal like
enough.
that. You might not have enough
And
lava.
I think it's gonna be close. And even if it is enough, it's just gonna be so awkward having to
Yeah,
run so far away. It's
curry.
close, Parker. And
Unless it's too deep, you need some extra lava.
yeah, I mean, that's just really
Oh
awkward now. I
my.
mean, the diamond pick is just such a time loss, I think. So Vstrid realizing that, gonna try and find another lava pool. Thankfully, does find one, but this is not the mistake you want to make against someone who can punish so effectively like Hax.
Yeah, and taking a little bit of fall damage there, that's not gonna feel good, you know? You've already made one mistake, even like little micro mistakes like that, like not placing the block exactly where you want. That stuff can add up mentally, it throw you off your game. And meanwhile, Hax is just growing his lead ever more. You know, it looked so
Yeah,
promising for Vstrid, about to take the lead, but just because of that misplaced water, it's Hax's game right here.
yeah, and I want to point something out I saw on Hax's screen. Hax was very close to a Hoglin and also like a bit of a ranked metagaming thing. Like new Vstrid still hadn't entered, and Hax didn't end up grabbing any better food. So I find it very interesting that Hax, knowing that he had a
Hmm.
10, 15, maybe even 20-second lead, doesn't take the time to grab like just food that would take maybe 5 seconds and could consistently make it a little bit better of an experience for him throughout the rest of the seed to be
Hmm.
able to play a little safe with the lead that he has. And Vstrid probably wanted to grab the Hoglin, but knowing you're 10, 15 seconds behind, can't do it. So
Yeah.
very interesting on the side of these two runners, basically only playing with Rotten Flesh for the whole seed.
No, that's a great point. You know, it's not the end of the world because we do have a ton of rotten flesh, so it's more of a question of like how smartly can I play this? You're only really punished if it's a super far stronghold or a super far fortress. So maybe they're confident they can do it, but like a Hoglin would be nice. Hoglin's always better than just rotten flesh.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Hax probably just very, very confident in his ability to play throughout the whole seed with Rotten Flesh. And again, like you're saying, there is a lot, but just the ability to pearl so aggressively, I feel like aligns a lot with Hax's gameplay. So I'm curious to see how it
Hmm.
ends up going. We're not going to need the Diamond Pickaxe here, though, Parker, because that chest had like 15 obsidian in it.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
Hax is going to be able to leave here pretty soon. Only 20 pearls. Probably wants to get one more pearl trade. Has everything else that he could want and more. Probably just wants to be able to play a little bit more with the pearls.
He gets
Gets the
it.
pearl trade, is going to be leaving, and Vstrid is still trading.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Vstrid lost a lot of time to Hax in a housing, so probably not going to be making up a ton of time here. Maybe leaves out the bottom back potentially where there's terrain, but I think the direction you need to go, you just have to climb this massive staircase, and Hax is going to be in the Fortress sub 5.
Yeah, in the fort, has a couple strays, gonna go for the spawner first. Has to deal with some wither skeletons, just a little bit awkward, but should be fine. Also, gonna be the first runner of the day to use the stone sword. Really nice to just have that cobblestone from the Desert Temple exploding TNT,
Mhm.
and is gonna be nice to kill the blazes just that little bit more quicker, that give Hax that little bit more of an edge over Vstrid here potentially.
Yeah, Vstrid left at a slightly different spot from Hax that I think was better, so maybe made
Yeah,
a couple seconds there, but it's gonna need to make up a lot more time if he wants to win the seed.
yeah, and the thing I'm noticing as well, Parker, is just look at they're both chugging rotten flesh, but look at how much health Hax has over Vstrid right now. That could come into play if Vstrid isn't able to regen enough, or maybe takes another hit from a blaze by the time they're trying to go to the stronghold, because Hax is able to play really cleanly so far with just the rotten flesh.
100%. Very important to have clean gameplay when your food is just so terrible. You know, we don't have the potential to craft any golden apples, and I
Yeah.
think, like you're saying, yeah, Hax is just in a better spot.
I mean, I did just notice 3 strays spawn on the side of Vstrid. Does take a hit, though, down to 3 hearts. Only 1 rod compared to Hax's 3, and also has more spawns on his side as well. Having a tough time, has to drop
Ooh,
down to 3,
Hax.
and all of a sudden, the health advantage that Hax had is now gone, and the rod advantage is still even. These strays for Vstrid are clutching up.
They really are. This is what Vstrid needs. Does this one drop? It does, but it's off the edge. So
Can
maybe it's
maybe
not
go back
terrible.
to it, yeah. Can maybe go back to it. Maybe the strongholds that way. I like the play of building the portal now as well. I mean, Vstrid still has to pre-craft. I'm not sure if Hax has done so yet either, but Hax also has to throw a second eye. We'll see if Vstrid does. How far is the stronghold? It's about 1K away. The terrain was open. Vstrid has 4 rods, technically 5 so far, and is going to start to pre-craft.
Yeah, it's not the worst situation. I think Hax still definitely has a lead, but Vstrid's pre-crafting here. It's just going to come down to these blaze rates, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, again, given the fact that Vstrid entered, what, like 25 seconds
Yeah.
later than Hax, like the fact that Vstrid is keeping it close right now, very impressive, but very low. And in the middle of the spawner with new blazes, is going to be able to leave soon. Has the 1 rod on the ground. I'm assuming he's not going
Oh,
for it, but he's dead to the
nice.
blaze. The low food not able to keep the regen up and
And
restarts the
both
whole
resets.
world.
Wow.
Wow. I
That's
wonder.
crazy.
I don't know if there was a lava that potentially we didn't see, or maybe just thought like the terrain to gets back to the fort was gonna take too long, but it looked like most of his items were fine. I mean, I'm not sure in
Mhm.
that moment, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much as Hax is pretty close to the stronghold.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We're gonna need to see probably a death from Hax or something really bad go wrong. I mean, Vstrid's just a raw 7 minutes behind, and Hax is just gonna be closing out the seed here, probably. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I
What's the
mean,
nav like?
it's gonna be a situation where, like, I don't think Hax is gonna play it safe, though. I mean, Vstrid wasn't still in the
Mhm.
finding stronghold split. I don't think Hax is gonna assume that Vstrid died, so could still be something where we could see Hax push a 0 and then, potentially a death. But this is obviously Hax's game to lose and take a commanding 2-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, and I think it was just that better health management, Hax had like one fall, taking some fall damage. I don't know if he got hit by any blazes though, and that's the sort of like gameplay you need when you're playing with just rotten flesh. Vster just
Yeah,
taking a couple more hits of damage here, not putting himself in a great position, and ultimately dying.
and not only that, Parker, but Hax was able to be fine after that fall because of how good his food management was up until that point. So it's just
True.
all of those things tied together really add up here. Hax also crafting 3 golden apples, so that's nice. Going to have that now for the 0, and we'll see here if Hax is going to go for it. It's Cage 057. This is a difficult 0 potentially. If Hax decides
Back?
to go for it, it's back. I think he's going to go for it. And I don't think he knows that Vstrid's dead. It's hard to tell in a situation like this. And Hax is going to push. It's going to be universal side setup at 95. This is a tough 0.
Guess there were plenty of time though. Vstrid crafted 10 beds. I think Hax has a similar amount, so he should be fine. Also has an extra golden apple, but that knockback was a little bit weird. Pretty good
I don't know how many
damage.
explosives he has, Parker. This could
Strange.
get
Uh-oh.
really ugly really fast. Oh my God, those 2
But
beds
that
were
was a great double.
unbelievable, though. If this anchor kills, it does.
Oh my
And Hax
gosh.
is still going to be able to take the seed. But that got scary for a second on the side of Hax.
That did. A little bit awkward with some of the double beds, but was totally fine. Also has the golden apple, and that's the seed.
Yeah, I mean, that last set of +1 was exactly what he needed. Before that, if those beds didn't do that
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
the dragon was kind of just flopping around in the sky, like, had a really weird rotation going on.
Flopping around is a good word for it.
It was
Yeah,
just
it's
it
like
was so awkward.
yeah, like some of those, like if you double bed on like not the optimal rotation, you can get like a really quick flick, and you kind of have to do like a sacrificial bed. So I think maybe that's
Yeah.
what happened there. But I mean, Hax looked like he knew what he was doing and got some great damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to obviously tell pace, but again, Vstrid made up 4 seconds into entering the fort from the absolutely horrific overworld, and then in my opinion, it looked like Vstrid actually made up time in the fort as well. So
Yeah.
I think if Vstrid doesn't die there, it's a much closer game, and it wasn't the cleanest 0 either from Hax. Like, I mean, I'm doing a lot of whataboutism here, but like, it's tough on the side of Vstrid because
Hmm.
some parts of Vstrid's game today has looked incredible, but it just hasn't led to a win yet.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like even the overworld mistake where we see 30 seconds behind, that's literally just one water mistake. Like I like you're saying, like the whataboutism. If Vstrid can lock this down, there's potential here. It wasn't like obviously it was like a completely washout because of a death and because of the water incident. But like it's just like those two mistakes, Curry. Maybe on a different day, if Vstrid doesn't make
Yeah.
those, maybe on this next seed, you can go into it with a fresh mental and not make those mistakes because that's what you need playing somebody like hacking noises.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. And I think what we're saying, like, Minecraft speedrunning is just so difficult. Like, I mean, we see
Mhm.
these players at a top level sometimes look like superhuman, like how Hax has looked at some points today. And it's a good reminder of how many things need to go right. Like, you have to play everything so perfectly to get wins sometimes, especially in playoffs. And I mean, Hax has played amazing so far, but I don't know about you, Parker. I had enough 3-0s last weekend. I would very much prefer. Let's leave that in the past. Let's move
Mhm.
forward. Vstrid, let's maybe get this to a seed 5. Let's maybe get this to a seed 5.
Yeah, that would be great. I think all four of the players we're commentating today all got 3-0s, so
Yeah,
it would be nice. It would be nice.
it would be very nice. And we'll see what the third seed type is here. It's the only one left to pick, and it's Buried Treasure, which was
Ooh.
Hax's best overworld type. And that's going to be tough when you're going up against someone with a sub 9 BT average.
Yep, I agree. Vstrid is kind of got his back pushed up against the wall. But this is where crazy stories are made, Curry. This
This
is
is true.
where memorable things happen. Reverse sweeps potentially going all the way to
I
grand
like it.
finals. If you're scripting something, this is one of those plot points. I'm
No,
just saying.
I love that point. And again, like, I can't stress enough, like, sure, there's been some parts of obviously Vstrid's game where, like, oh yeah, it would have been great if they didn't die there. But I think he's played so well in other areas where I've actually been very impressed with a lot of Vstrid's gameplay today, more so than
Mhm.
I maybe thought I would see coming in. And I think Vstrid truly could bring this to a seed 5, and I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I totally agree. My mind goes to like leaving that bastion slightly differently, making up a bit of time on the first seed, making up time on the way to stronghold. We're gonna need to see some more of that, Vstrid. Let's see it.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes here 3 seconds into the match. And it looks like a pretty standard BT overworld, very close trees. Both runners, same thought process, hop in the ocean, and Vstrid sees it. So does Hax.
Yeah, literally exact same things. Both like dove into the ocean early, went up to get air, but Vstrid making up just a little bit of that micro time on hacks
Yeah,
gets there
I
slightly
like
faster.
I like also this is a pretty awesome BT. I mean, only salmon is your food, 3 TNT as well. So not only do we have TNT for the overworld, we have TNT to mess with at the blaze spawner. Potentially, if it's a bridge bastion, we could blow up the chalice. Like, really just solid BT where we don't really have to think about anything at all.
Also, getting the flint, so you're not gonna have to grind flint everywhere. If it's a close magma ravine, this could be a low one enter for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see Kelp on the side of Hax is going to leave now. Vstrid looking, doesn't see, I don't see anything on his screen.
Yep.
This ravine looks pretty good for Hax. And all of a sudden, I mean, Hax is at the Mag Ravine at the 1 minute mark. And this is not what you want to see if you're a fan of Vstrid or a fan of just anything that isn't a 3-0. I mean, Vstrid's got to find a ravine. Thankfully,
Yep.
does.
Okay, that's good. And it also looks like a good ravine, so should be entering here. But these like 10, 20 seconds are gonna matter. No lava under
No
here. Going to a different
lava.
spot. Maybe it was just a weird spot. Hopefully we get a 2 deep right here. 1 deep, so loses a little bit of time there. Hax also had a 1 deep, so can't make up any time. But it's gonna be entering, you know? Just slower though. Scary if you're a Vstrid
Yeah, I mean,
fan.
Hax is at a ruined portal as well. I'm actually very interested in the grabbing gold block play. I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about last seed where Hax knew he was ahead, didn't take the time to grab the Hoglin. This time, knows he's ahead, takes the time to grab the gold block. And the more I think about it, the more I actually really like it. If you're able to avoid having to grab gold blocks at bottom treasure, especially where I would probably say the treasure is the bastion where in the normal route, you probably get 20 obsidian the least
Mhm.
because of just the variance of gold blocks at the top and the lack of chests sometimes. So I really like the play to grab the extra gold block here for Hax.
And look at this food situation again. Vstrid was on 3 hearts, having to eat some food. Down on that position. Oh my gosh. Don't die,
You
Vstrid.
should have. Oh my god,
Oh
V should
my
have
gosh,
one
getting hit
heart.
again.
Throws a
And
7 instead of
dies.
the gold.
Oh
Oh
my.
no.
Big
It has
mental
to just
boom from
full
Vstrid.
reset the seed. That
Yeah.
is just a disaster on the side of Vstrid, and it's going to be tough to come back from that on what looks like to be another relatively linear seed for Hax here.
Not as bad as the first death, you know, only about 2.5 minutes behind. So you're going to have to hope Hax goes the wrong way for the fort and has a bad nav, and that you can make up in both of those splits. So it's not over, but
I mean,
you know,
Treasure is
it's
definitely the
never
bastion
over
with the
until the
most
dragon's dead.
variance.
What
That's
was that?
true. I was gonna say Treasure is the bastion with the most variance, just because like if Hax wants to play aggressive here and not break spawner and like try and just like find the fort, I haven't seen it. Could be something where he searches around for a long time to try and find it, but I
Yeah.
think Hax plays with advancements on, so I think we'll be aware of Vstrid not getting like war pigs or anything like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well now I can play this a little bit differently.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
yeah. Oh, and then he already saw the fortress, so that's gonna be tough.
So it is tough. It is tough. You
That's
know,
gonna be
I'm a
tough.
big fan of always
Has
saying though, it's not over till it's over, you know?
That's true.
Like Sky Crabs was in the fountain and died. Like crazy things can happen.
That's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, maybe this will be the one, Parker, where Hax finally detonates the explosive in the end and freaks you out. It might
That would
finally be the run.
be oh my gosh, I would feel so bad. I would feel so bad. And it's gonna be another pretty fast seed, leaving the treasure at 4 minutes. Fort's right there.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a crazy fast seed again. I mean, we could see maybe how Hax has a sub 9 average on the BT seed type. Looking really strong here. Vstrid about to start the route again. Has dirt this time. Didn't throw it out. Has the gold blocks. To see a little bit cleaner of a route here, of course. But it's going to be tough when Hax is just looking for the blaze spawner right now.
Yeah, so there's potential to make up time here. Maybe if you're chunk counting, you can get a little bit more intel. But I think Hax is digging here. This is probably a blaze spawner. I don't know why he'd commit so hard if it wasn't.
Yeah,
And it
gets to
is.
it. Has the iron sword. Going to be able to play this incredibly well. Also still has 4 salmon. We have the TNT as well to really speed up the process here. Gets to save the explosives for the 0. Actually don't have phenomenal 0 explosives. I just noticed 22 string, but over a stack of glowstone. So definitely can go for
Okay.
0, but it might be a little bit awkward. You know, not the nice like 5 beds or so that you'd like. Just going to have to potentially
Yeah.
use some extra anchors here. But with such a commanding lead, it's going to be tough here for anything to really not go Hax's way.
Yeah, it's also like that metagaming idea. Maybe you know you're so far ahead that you could just go full bow. But again, like if you get max perch, that's 3 minutes. That's like 2 minutes potential that you have to make up. So probably just gonna be going for 0 here. That's what I would expect from Hax. I mean, all top runners are basically be going for zeros, but
Yeah,
only time will tell.
we'll see here. Pretty easy. I throw, no trees. 434 block blind. That's going to help on the side of
Wow,
Hax if you're a Hax fan.
that is good. That is
Very
good.
nice and easy there. And is going to be able to leave here. Only needs 2 more rods, I believe, and has 4 blazes to kill. This could be actually quite a fast seed. We could even see a sub 8 here to close this match out if the terrain cooperates.
Yeah, Hax. Does Hax have playoffs record? Or am I thinking
Uh,
like an old thing?
I think you're right, but I'm not sure what the time would be. I think Hax does have like a low 6 in playoffs, like a 620 or something.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, 623.
And
Thank you,
already
chat.
digging his portal.
I mean, we're right here. There's gonna be a 630 stronghold. Shows how nice a close blind can be in something like this. Does miss though. And this is
This
a
could be
pretty
what Vstrid
open.
needs.
Oh, we're
I
at
mean, it's
Y52.
probably
We're at
just a little bit
Y52.
high at like
Yeah,
Y52.
we're
I
trying.
mean, it's got
We're
to be a
trying
low
to add
stronghold then, I
variance.
think. Yeah.
All right, and scriptwriters move the stronghold right now, 700 more blocks away. Let's see it. Come on.
I
Just
mean,
move it
yeah,
over.
it's just a low stronghold.
Vstrid in the fort, looking for the spawner. But Hax is looking for the more important spawner right now. And this looks like the portal
And
room
there
is
he
going to be able to
goes.
just dig
Wow.
right in. Maybe not going to be a sub 8, but definitely low 8 if we're able to hit the 0 here. Open terrain again. Is it front again? It's not. It's a back dragon. I'm not sure the tower. But looks like he's preparing to go for it and decides, yeah, not today. No reason to. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Gonna just charge up the anchors and head on to do half bow.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you just lose time there because you don't zero, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Vstrid's still, like, killing blazes. Unless we see, like, a monumental throw from Hax, this is probably just gonna be a clean shoot down some crystals, wait for the perch,
Yeah, I
and
mean, this is
secure the
just a
win.
smart play from Hax. This just makes sense. Like, even if you're like, I mean, we were talking about the awkward explosives, like going for that type of 0 with, I mean, it is 7 explosives because of, I think it might have been 6. It might have been only 3 anchors that Hax was able to craft. But like, regardless, just
Mhm.
having to do weird stuff sometimes that probably would have to been offset. Like, it's just a little bit awkward. No reason to push it at all when you're ahead. And it's going to be tough for Vstrid to make up the time before the 3-minute max perch for Hax
Mhm.
here.
Oh, misplaces a little bit, but I guess you have 40 obby, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Hack's
it does
doing a
not
little bit of
matter.
dancing, probably feeling very confident.
Hax does, I will say, Hax, I feel like, through his Minecraft character, showcases the best vibes. Would you agree? And Vistrid gets
Mm,
saved somehow, by the way. Not
I think I
exactly
would
sure
agree.
how that happens, but that pretty much seals the deal, if it didn't already. Oh, we're in a
Yeah.
wooded mountains at Y109, and Hax just didn't have that at all.
Oh, and
So
Hax
that's
is
cool.
writing a message to us. Jay,
I thought we were writing
hey,
job for a second. We're
job?
writing...
Is that what it
I,
is?
I thought we were writing job, but we are not.
Okay,
We're
okay, okay.
writing... We're writing Jake. We're gonna write Jake.
Jake.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Jake.
write Jake.
Okay. I'm not sure why. Oh, but he's also writing something else
You know
in
what,
playoffs
Parker?
here. You know, he's feeling very comfortable. Don't miss the perch, though. And is
Don't
he
even
going to
worry
go
about
back
it.
to write even more? Jake.
I think he's just gonna leave it
Jake
at
from State
Jake.
Farm?
I think he's just gonna leave it at Jake.
I think he is too. You know, I think you are right though. You know, he does showcase the best vibes, doing some crouching here. As much as I don't like him, like, you know, charging respawn anchors and staring at it after he wins. You know.
Yeah, totally get it. Measurement for Vstrid looks to be. I mean, maybe they play different spawners and we didn't realize it because I can't think of any other reason why Hax just
Mhm.
was in a completely different spot. And why Vstrid had to dig up 30 blocks compared to Hax because it looks like Vstrid's stronghold is also just farther away. So that's just going to be tough. And I'm like really surprised we haven't seen the perch yet. I would assume
Me
this
too.
is the max perch right now for Hax. Heading in. And assuming we don't see 2020 levels of choking, Hax is going to seal the deal and send himself to tomorrow to the semifinals and finals day. And there it is.
Bang. And there it is. Another 3-0 Curry.
Another 3-0.
Wow.
A pretty dominant performance from Hax. I mean, Vistrid did keep it close in a lot of different sections, but I don't think there was ever a point where it looked like Hax was really in danger entering like the stronghold area. So even though Vistrid was able to keep it close at some points during the mid game, wasn't able to have it be his day, and Hax ends up closing this out in a 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Vstrid got to the stronghold. So maybe if you have like a different, like blaze spawner with some better terrain or maybe some better rods, maybe there's like some line, but just wasn't enough.
No, wasn't enough today for Vstrid, but still very strong performance at multiple different points throughout this match. But Hax is going to be able to be the first person to make it to tomorrow, our first semifinalist, and a really impressive all-out performance. I mean, I'm still thinking back to seed 1, that looting seed. What crazy pace to kind of start out the day. I'm very excited. I'm sure we will have an interview with Hax momentarily to talk about this matchup with
Mhm.
Vstrid. Very exciting. Hax, congratulations on the win. Another 3-0. The scriptwriters are not having to be any other way. How are you
Yeah.
feeling to steal your ticket to semifinals tomorrow?
Thank you. I'm glad I made it to another semis. I've made 6 in a row now, so it feels good.
That's good.
It feels good to keep the streak alive. Like there is always that element of pressure. Like what if this is the season where it ends? But I'm glad to have made it that far. I don't know. I'm just glad. It's fun to play more matches. It sucks to like play, put in all this effort, and then it's like, fuck, I just got. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry for swearing, but like,
We don't have a sponsor
it's
today. It's
so
chill. It's
It's
chill.
okay, it's okay.
it's so annoying to like put in all this effort and then just play like 2 matches or whatever. So I'm glad I get to play more. Like at least if I lose the next match, I get to play 3rd place match. So I don't know. I'm happy.
Yeah, talk about that
That's
for a
true.
second. I mean, you have this streak that, I mean, you still, I mean, we can talk about this too, but you still haven't won one, but you have made semis 6 times in a row. Talk about what making semis 6 times in a row really means, like that consistency. And what do you feel like you can do differently this season to potentially close it out and get your first ranked playoff win?
I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I'm gonna be honest. I think
Maybe get to finals and then ask him that question?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
After finals, sure. After finals, sure. But right now, I've uh, I've been here too many times, 6 times before. Like I don't wanna count my chickens before they hatch. I've learned my lesson.
No,
That's valid.
that's totally fair, that's totally fair.
Parker, you got a question?
Was there any point you were, like, stressing out in these seeds that maybe you felt like you made a bad decision? I think, Vstrid made up, like, time on one of the housings leaving a different way, or, like, even on, like, the Manhunt, was there any like, when you're like, that first seed playing Manhunt, did you even consider, like, playing top down first? I know that's what Vstrid did, and that's kinda, like, what, like, won the seed for you.
Well, I just know Manhunt is so much faster, and I knew
Mhm.
it was open. I knew like if I needed Obby from top chest, I lose like 10 seconds, and I'm more than 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
and I just thought it was like, yeah, if I'm gonna win, I want to win by like 30 plus seconds or something. So I just
Yeah.
went for it. Like I feel like the on average, it's just better. I don't know. It was just like kind of a gut call, but I feel like it was good, especially with how good the terrain was. Maybe I would have like hesitated more if it was more lava sea, but it was like it was chill. And then the rest of the seeds, like I don't know, you can tell I was kind of like I've learned a lot. I think from season 3, like making 6 semis in a row, like
Mhm.
I think I've learned a lot more to just like you don't always need your foot on the gas. You can chill a bit. Like when you're
Yeah.
ahead, I don't always have to go for the psycho zero, you know? I don't always have
Yeah.
to go 074 back 100 and top setup. Like I
Mhm.
don't have to go for it. And like I was just kind of I knew I was ahead on C2. I know I was ahead on C3, so I was just like, yeah, just don't choke. Like same with Seed 1 as well. Like that was probably the slowest like second portal I've ever built in my life. On the first seed, but like I don't know,
Uh-huh.
I was just ahead. I didn't want to risk it.
No, that's valid. I mean, talk about the does getting okay. Sorry, I'm wording this question horribly. So seed 1, Vstrid bans RP, and you play village, and then you get a village with an RP with looting too. Especially when that's the first seed, does that kind of change your thought process at all playing it, or like getting kind of ready for the match? It's kind of like, does that change your thought process at all when it's the first match where something crazy like that happens, or is it just like business as usual? I'm just gonna try and play this as fast as I can.
Well, I knew Vstrid ban RP, and that was probably like really bad for Vstrid's mental. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah.
if the seed order was different, I feel like this would have gone really, really differently. But
Mm.
like, I don't know. Shout out Oliver or the seed finders or whatever, because I swear I always get the craziest seeds. Like, thank you so much. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's
That's
great.
good.
I guess last thing for me, last time you were in this booth, you gave a curse to the runners that you were scared about, and it worked on
Mm.
one of them. Do you have any other curses that you'd like to give to anyone left playing today in the future matchups?
All I'll say is, Moggy, you guys are commentating the next match, right?
We're
Moggy
Yep.
commentating
versus
the next
Yep.
match,
Dugal.
yes.
All I'll say is Moggy has some very wise wisdom that he would like to depart onto the Feinberg
Oh,
chatters, and
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I hope Moggy wins. I don't really know. He has something he wants to say. I'll just say that.
oh, okay. So we gotta
Okay.
get him in the booth. Okay, so he's gotta win and get in the
So
booth.
he's
I
gotta
understand.
win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. I mean, Parker, anything else from you? I think we stalled about as much time as we
No,
physically
yeah,
could in
we
another
stalled it a little
3-0.
bit. No, it's great to see you play Hacks. Congrats on the win, and good luck in your next match.
Yeah, we'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow,
Thank
man.
you.
Good job. Awesome. All right. Well, that'll do it for the first match of today. Another 3-0, but a really impressive performance from both runners, especially Hax, to close it out in the way that he did. We're going to head to an intermission, and it's going to be a cool intermission. We have a new video for you today before our incredible matchup between Dugile and Mungie when we get back. We have an intermission video from Tutor Rule explaining Shipwreck Overworlds, which last season, I don't think it's been as much of a thing this season, Parker, but I remember last season, everyone was banning Shipwreck. No one wanted to play Shipwreck. I think we've seen a little bit more Shipwreck. Maybe it's because everyone just, I don't know. Maybe we'll learn some things in this video from Tutor Rule. And it's edited by TJ Things. Thank you so much, TJ. Shout out all the editors working on Ranked. A lot of people do it just volunteering and making it all happen. So appreciate all the editors. Appreciate all the people working behind the scenes. Shout out TJ for editing this. And here's a video of Tutor Rule explaining Shipwreck Overworlds in MCSR Ranked.